तंचेदे तस्मिन् वयसि किंचित् उपतपेत् स ब्रूयात् प्राणावसव इदं मे प्रातःसवनं आदिन्द्रगं सवनम् अनुसन्तनुत इति माहं प्राणानां वसूनां मध्ये यज्ञो विलोप्स्य इत्युद्धैव तत एत्यगदौह भवति. We have discussed about the meaning of this mantra. Go into the bhashyam. Tanchet yajna sampaditam. Chet, if, to him, tam. Yajna sampaditam, to him, who is he? Who has established himself or has identified himself as a sacrifice, as an yajna. To him, etasmin pratasavana sampanne vayasi, in this age which has been identified with the morning session, kinchid upatapet, kinchid what? Anything, any disease, vyadhyadi, maranashanga karadam, that may cause a doubt of death. Such disease also if it comes, upatapet, should afflict that person, dukkam utpadet, and cause sorrow to him. So, he, then means at that time, tada, sayacha sampadi, he, that person who has identified himself as sacrifice, should do this prayer. Atmanam yajnam manyamana, who is thinking himself and his whole life to be an yajna, a sacrifice. Bruyat means he should recite this mantra. Japet, should do the japa of this mantra. Ityartaha is the meaning of bruyat here, not just say, but you have to recite, you have to chant this mantra. Imam mantram. What is that mantra? Prana vasava idam vipratasan madindragam savanam asan anusantanutaiti. He pranaha, vasavaha. Who are those pranas? Vasu itself. The Vasu are stated to be as pranaha. Idam me pradasavanam mama yajnasya. Me means mama, myself, whom I am accepting myself as a sacrifice of me. This pradasavanam, the morning session, the 24 years of life, tat, that may anusantanata, may be united with the next session. What is the next? Madhyandinam savanam. Please unite, anusantanata means please unite my this age with the next age. That means before 24 years, if it's getting any such disease, drastic it is, which may there is a doubt that even death may be caused by such a disease. Even if such a disease also comes, a person should not be afraid. If he is himself thinking that this my whole life is an yajna of 116 years, in this the first 24 years of my life, of the life of me, as an yajna purusha, is the pratasavanam. A person is meditating like that, thinking so, he can pray with this mantra, Bho pranaha, Bho vasavaha. May you people let me unite this age of 24 years within which I am facing such a great disease which may cause death. May I not die, but let this age be united with the next age of 44 years, which is called as the Madhyandin Savanam, the noon session. Madhyandinena Savanena Ayusha Sahitam Eki Bhutam Santatam Kuruta. May this age of what? 44 years. Madhyandinena Savanena Ayusha. The noon session is of 44 years. 24 plus 44 is how much? 68. That's why 25 to 68 years old. May my age of this within 24, whatever I am at present, let me live up to 68. Santatam Kuruta, let it continue. Unite in the sense what? let the continuity of my age be going on without any obstacle in between. Maham yajyo Vishmakam prananam vasunam pradasavaneshanam madhye vilopsiya. May not this yajna, who is myself, cease to exist. That means, may not it die. In the middle of this pratasavana, in the middle of this morning session of 24 years of age, of which you people, Yushmakam, who are the you? Pranasavaneshānām, the presiding deities of this 24 years. You being the rulers, just like they know that the Brahmana went to Krishna when he was sitting in the darbar of Ugrasena there. Brahmana went and said, being you here as a king, my children are dying. What is this? Is it not? It's a story. Similarly here we have to pray. You people being the deities, presiding deities of the morning session is of 24 years. In the middle of this, if I die, then what is the use of praying to you people? What is the rulership? What is the ability of your rulership then? Being a ruler, you have not got the ability to save your disciple, to save a person who has surrendered to you. Therefore, once you pray like this, it becomes the duty of those deities to see that you will become diseaseless. And that disease will be cured, which has come. And you will be led to unite yourself with the next stage. And your life will be continuing smoothly in the future years.
But he should be adhikari and he was doing...
He should be doing this. He should be doing daily. He should think that this, my whole body, my whole life is an yajna.
And where the karmas also based.
That is different. For this upasana. That is not related here now. If you are doing this, the upasana also is enough. If you are not doing the daily karma and all, that papa is that papa will give result the next varta. That is not going to affect now. If you are doing this upasana, this meditation, your life itself as an yajna, and what has been stated here? In this yajna also you have to think, what is diksha? There is yajna, there is a diksha. What is upasadishti? What is avavrata snana? What is dakshina? You have to know everything in this life. When you are thirsty, means what is that? The diksha. Being thirsty, being hunger, is itself diksha of the yajna. Because there also it is said, you have to do vratam, vyupavasam. In yajna also, on the dikshaniya ishti, on the day the yajamana, the agent, is being initiated for that particular karma, the rite. On that day, you will have to be without taking anything. Vratam, fasting. That is, he will feel hungry or not in fasting. He will feel thirsty or not? Surely. Therefore, hunger and thirst is what related to diksha. Therefore, every day, whenever you are hungry in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening or the night, you feel that you have been initiated with this life yajna. And when you eat, and you are contented, you feel that there is upasadishti is going on. Your eating means the upasadishti is going on of this life yajna. It will be told later on, everything will be told. In your life, you order, this is not first to tell you about the age. You have to imagine the first 24 years as the morning session, the next 44 years as the noon session, and the last 48 years as the evening session. Sayam Savanam. And in this time, which is related to the sessions in accordance, their deities are there. And those deities are what? It is being told. First is the Vasavaha, second is the Rudras, third is the Adityas. We have to pray them. You being the presiding deities, please see that may this body or this life does not cease to exist. That is, let it be continuing until the next session. This is the prayer study here. Prananam vasunam pratasavaneshanam madhye. In between, you being the deities, in the middle of this session, may not vilopsiya, may not cease to exist. Vilupyeya, vichityaya ityartha. May not vilopa, may not it cease to exist, may not it die, may not it end its life itself. Iti shabda mantra prasamaptirtaha. The iti word that has come in this particular khandika states that the mantra which has to be recited whenever you get a disease, a fever, a cold, or whatever it is, at that time, what has to be recited, what you have to pray, that part concludes here. Therefore, it comes iti. Savanam manusantanuta. Until there is a mantra. Prana vasava idam me prada savanam madhyandiragung savanam manusantanuta. After not this iti. Oh, the next is another iti. After that iti only. Iti maham prananam vasanam madhye yajyo vilopsiya iti. Here is this second iti you have to take. After here is the mantra. Uddhaiva tadha eti agadoha bhavati. Udeti. Ud should be joined with eti. Ud eti. Udeti. Tata sa he. Tena japena, by that recitation, dhyanena and meditation of those deities. Tataha, due to that prayer, from that, tata means from that disease, tasmat, upatapat, from that affliction, from that disease, udeti, udgachati. He goes beyond it. He gets cured. He gets rid of the disease. Udgamya vimukta san, having got released from the disease, agadoha, he surely becomes anupatapo. Agada means anupatapo, becomes cured of the disease, that he will become diseaseless. Bhavatyeva, he surely is going to become so. Athayani chatvarinshad varshani tan madhyandinagung savanam चत्वारिंशद अक्षरा त्रिष्टुभम माध्यन्दिनगं सवनम तदस्य रुद्रा अन्वायत्ताः प्राणावाव रुद्रा एतेहिदगं सर्वगं रोदयन्ति. अथ then यानि चत्वारिंशद वर्षाणि, those that are the 44 years of the next part of the life from 25 to 68, that they are the Madhyandinam, the noon session, Savanam. Why? Because Chatushatvanakshara Trishtup. The Trishtup meter constitutes of 44 letters. And this Madhyan Savana, the noon session, is dominated by the Trishtup Chanda, the meter called Trishtup. Trishtabham Madhyandinagam Savanam. The Trishtup meter is the mostly used meter in all the stotras that will be chanted during the noon session. Tadasya Rudranvataha. With that, of his assurance, of his or of this yajna, with that portion, the noon session, the deities who are presiding are associate are called Rudraha. Rudraha Anvayata. The associate deities are Rudraha. Who are these Rudras in your life now? Prana, Bhava, Rudra. These Indriyas and Pranas, these are the sense organs and the vital forces within your body are the Rudraha. Why they are named as Rudra also? They are named because Vishwa Vasu, because Vasati Vasayanti. They are existing in this, living in this, and they let live others in this. But now why you are telling it is Rudra? Because they cry and they make others cry. Rudanti, Rodayanti cha. Vasanti, Vasati, Vasayati cha. Before it was told, is it not? Similarly, the Rudanti, Rodayanti cha. That's why it is Rudra. And this is the main age in which all will be crying. Up to 24 years, the boy is enjoying the life. Only pressure on his brain is studies. Is it not? Mom and dad always take a stick and standing, come on, read. Other than that, there's no tension at all. He enjoys the life like anything. Up to 24 years, no tension, no burden, no responsibility, nothing. Eating, drinking, playing cricket and studying. These are the positive. But therefore there is no much crying or anything in the 24 years age. And if you fail, then you have to cry there. If you are passing on and good rank and all, everybody is happy, everything is going on well then. Whatever you want, more toys, more things, more cycles, everything will be given to you. So, but after 24, once you go to a job, you have to cry. If you don't get a job, you have to cry. If you get a job, you have to cry. If you do business, you have to cry. If you don't do business, you have to cry. Whatever you do and you don't do, just cry, no doubt in it. From 25 to 68 years old. Because after 68, all the Indians will become completely retired. The whole body is retired. There is no question of crying at all. The burden is over. You are given to your son and others will in charge, make them in charge, give everything to them. They will look after the business and all those things. Or even your job also retired from the job after 68 anyway. Nowadays only after 58 you are retired. So this is the age where there is a lot of struggle. And struggle because in this age he gets married also. He will have children also. Bringing up lot of problems. Day and night hard struggle is there. All enjoyment you have to forget. Only temporarily he laughs. Therefore he says, Rudanti, Rodayanti cha. Therefore they are called as Rudraha. Tanchedetasmin vaisi kinchit upadavet sabruyat pranardra idam me madhyaniragung savanam tritiya savanam anusantanudeti maham prananam rudranam madhye yajyavilopsiyo iti uddhaiva tadayetyagadoha bhavati. Tanchet to him, if Edasunasi in this age, kinchit upadet, any disease, anything that like this, etc., upatabed should afflict him, and such disease also which will cause death to him. In such a situation, he who is meditating always his life as an yajna, as sacrifice, should recite this mantra, should do the chanting of this mantra, japam, pranarudraha, bho prana, bho rudraha, idam me madhyam savanam. Now I am living in this noon session period of 25 to 60 years of life. May this be united with the next session, the Tritiya Savanam Anusantanuta. Please unite this second session with the third session. Maham prananam rudranam madhye yajyo vilopsiya. In the middle of this second session, the noon session, may not I cease to exist. I myself who is identifying myself as a sacrifice. You people being the deities, presiding deities of the Madhyani Savana, please may you not let this body cease to exist. That is, let it continue until the third session. This is the mantra. Iti.Udha eva tatha eti. Ud should be added to eti. Udeti ha vai eva means surely he will come out of it, all the trouble of these diseases, and he will go beyond those diseases, beyond that sorrow, and surely he will become diseaseless. Bhasham. Atha yani chatuschaturvarinshad varshani ityadi samanam. The third mantra's meaning is almost samanam, except for the last word is going to explain now, Rodayanti Rudraha. The whole mantra, the third, and the fourth also. There is nothing new in that, except for the only one word in between here, Rodayanti. He will explain that. The rest of the third and fourth mantra should be understood as before. Rudanti, Rodayanti, Pranaha, Rudraha. They make you cry and they make others also cry. That's why they are called as Rudra. Why they make you cry and make others also cry? The krura hite madhyame vayasi ato Rudra. Because all these organs and vital forces, they become cruel like anything. They are cruel. From 25 to 68, they are cruel. to fulfill their selfish ends. They are ready to do anything with anybody. Anything with anybody. They are ready to all shameless acts also. They never care. Just to fulfill their own selfish ends. Atmastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Otherwise, why a father should beat a son? Because of selfishness. His ego. He says that you will fail means how can I move in the society? What the people will say to me? You foolish fellow, come on. He beats like anything. Because he's failing. He makes him cry and he also cries in the society later. All the fights goes on within this body and outside the body, the others too, only in this age only. Because the many types of urges, the vasanas, develop very fast. Because of that youth age, they are in their brim actually. The top gear, what you call as. They are running the top gear. Every urge you want to fulfill. And in that trial to fulfill the urge, most of the urge will be not fulfilled. The way you want, it may not be fulfilled. You become angry. You are getting upset. All the problems rises from there, the non-fulfillment of the urge. There is a cause for all this crime. They were becoming cruel. Kruraha. They, all these vital organs, the vital forces, they become cruel in this age, especially in this middle age of 25 to 68. Therefore, this is the other reason also why they are called as Rudraha. Now the last session comes. अथयान्यष्टाचत्वारिविंशद्वर्षाणि तत्तृतीयसवनम् अष्टाचत्वारिविंशदक्षरा जगति जागतं तृतीयं सवनं तदस्य आदित्यान्वयथाः प्राणाववादित्या एति हिदिगं सर्वमाददते तञ्चेदेतस्मिन् वयसि किञ्चिदुपदवेत् स ब्रूयात् प्राणा आदित्या इदं मे तृतीयसवनम् आयुरन्न सन्तनुते माहं प्राणानाम् आदित्यानां मध्ये यज्ञो विलोप्सीय इति उद्धैव तदेत्यगदौहैव भवति अथ यानि अष्टाचत्वारिंशद्वर्षाणि. After that, those which are the 48 years of life, that means 69 to 116. 69 to 116. You add 68, 48 to 68. It becomes 116. 24 plus 44 is how much? 68 plus 48, 116. From the age of 69 up to the age of 116. This we have to see as the Tritiya Savanam of the Yajna, of the sacrifice. There is this evening session of the sacrifice. Life as a sacrifice. The man as a sacrifice. Purusha is itself Yajna. That means to say, the Purusha's Ayusham is Yajna. The life is an Yajna. And the life is into 3 divisions. The last division is now 69 to 116. Why? Because Ashtachatvarishat Akshara Jagati. The Jagati meter constitutes of 48 letters. And the Sayam Savan, the evening session, in the ritualistic sacrifice also, in the Vidhi Yajna outside, even in that Yajna we see what? The evening session is full of Jagati meter only. There's almost all the recitations that we do there, major of them, the most of them we can say, are in Jagati meter. Therefore, Jagati meter is related to Sayam Savanam, and Jagati has got 48 letters. And the same we are taking here 48 letters in the last session of the life, the evening session of the life. And evening session is the last session in the ritualistic sacrifice also. Similarly, here also we have to take the last 48 years as the human sacrifice, the man as a sacrifice also as the evening session. Tadasya Aditya Anvayatta. Of that, the Adityaha, the deities whose names are Aditya, called by one single name. There are many. There is Aditya, Bhochanam, Anvayata, are associated with this Tritiya Savanam, this is third session. Pranava Aditya. Who are they in this human life? These organs and the vital forces, they are themselves the Adityas in this body. Because by these all only we do take up or we do grasp each and everything. Dadate iti Aditya. He has done it like that here. Dadate iti Aditya. By which we grasp the different objects. That's called as Aditya. That's all the organs and vital forces, to which you are grasping the different objects of all the different organs. These are called as Aditya. But now when you are sitting, now you are not able to do anything, then you will understand what is life actually. You will see things properly then only. Before that, we don't know what is what. We are doing like hell, a devil. From 25 to 68, because of the extra energy, you will be doing things like a devil. But after 68, when the battery is low, you will be able to grasp things actually what is what. Then only you understand what is life. And then you will be doing with all what you call zeal will be there in your body and you will be doing things like that. Therefore, the first learning, second is doing, third is grasping. The first stage will learn things. What is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? Mom, tell this. Mom, what is this? All the time, you will try to know things. In the school you go, you learn there. In the house you are learning. Everywhere you are learning only. But the first 24 years is a learning life. The next 44 years is a doing life. And the last is actually you grasp what is life. Last session. But still, at the same time, we will be doing mistakes also. Until that, to err is human anyway. How much early you will learn, how much early you will grasp. First again and again the same mistake will be going on. And you were very clever, you will be giving reasoning to it also. I saw, the firm decision, the conviction to change, which I learned just now. We have to change the conviction and shape the conviction. That is life actually. That is human life. Neither changing nor shaping takes place. Means it is animal life. A person who thinks that I can't change means he is worse than an animal. Changing cannot be in human life. Changing to perfection from non-perfection is human life. Then what is the use of this intelligence? What is the use of this mind? What is the use of this body? If we can't change, we just go on like animals. You see this, the bulls and all come here daily. They are used, they will go to the same place you hit and hundreds of times to make them run away. But still they come there only, they don't change. So what is the difference between that animal and you? If you can't change. So first, you realize the mistake. Once you realize, you decide to change and then shape the conviction in such a way that the change will occur in your life. That is human life. That is sadhana. Then what otherwise? What is the necessity of coming to become a sadhu and studying shastras? So no use studying, no use listening shastras. If you don't want to change at all. But still I say, you listen. If you don't want to change also, you listen. So let me put these seeds in your heart and let it sprout maybe next birth after 10 births. It does not matter. Let us plant the seeds now. That's why I don't say anything. Come on, go on as you like. Do as you like. This is what I say. I give a suggestion. If it does not accept, do as you like. At last I said, do as you like.
Like Krishna Bhagavan says
Yeah.
last time.
Do as you like. This is my suggestion. Yathechasi tatha. If you want to go, if somebody wants to go to hell, why should I stop him? Let him go. There's only ways. You can make him realize whatever your mistake. Don't do like this. This is bad for you. But it's I will do like this only. I'm ready to go to hell. I have reserved a ticket to hell. Just come on, go there. What can I do? Nobody can stop it. So that one person should be able, should be ready every time to know one's own mistake, one's own ignorance, and should be ready to change also. That is sadhana in life. And these shastras help us. The scriptures help us to know our own ignorance, our own mistakes, and they show the way how to change also.
But to know the mistakes also, Swami, is not easy.
It's not easy. That's why Kabira says, Nindaka near rakhiye. He says, all the time, keep you close, not flatterers, but those who are always insulting you, who are always ready to point out your mistakes. Such people should be close to you. Love them, serve them, keep along with you. So all the time they will tell you, बड़ा साधु बनता है, ये कर रहा है. Then you can become, no, मुझे ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए. वो डांट रहा है, देखो ऐसा बोल रहा है, ठीक है. So you have to keep such people along with you. A person is always praising. If such people you have around you, then you are going to fall into a ditch, no doubt. प्रशंसकों को नहीं रखना, निंदकों को पास में रखना. लेकिन होता क्या? But it's just opposite I see in this world. If it is complaints against you, you will become like this against him. You don't want to see him also. He complained against me to Swamiji. He is a Rakshasa. If a person is complaining against you, it is good that he is doing so. He is at least pointing out your problem, your defects. According to scriptures, we have to keep him close to us. Such way we have to love and respect and keep close to us. Let him be pointing out all our mistakes again and again, so that we can change and change and change. In Sanskrit we said, Manancha Apamanancha Puraskritya Manancha Prishtataha. Apamanancha Puraskritya Manancha Prishtataha. Keep all the praises back. In front always have to keep the insults only. Because that shows our, what you call as, deficiencies within us. And if a person wants to develop in sadhana, he has to know his deficiency. He cannot know by himself. The ego will never let know your deficiency. What you are doing wrong, even that the ego will say it is right. Only another person only can say you are wrong. You can never decide yourself what is wrong and what is right of your own. That's why here also we are saying that to deities. So pranavaditya, we grasp. We are speaking of the grasping. So learning, doing, grasping. These are the three major divisions in the ages of the whole span of life. So adaditi adityaha, grasping. Because the grasping tendency in this age is more. So we lopsiti uddhaiva tata. He goes beyond that disease, that we see transcends the disease, or he gets rid of the disease, gets cured of the disease surely, and he will become diseaseless. There is no doubt in it. That is in this way, the whole life of 116 years, he can be diseaseless, and also he can be surely lead the whole complete life. Tatha adityaha pranaha. These aditya are themselves prana. These pranas are themselves aditya. Both the ways you can take. Tehi idam shabdari jatam adadite. Because they do grasp the aggregate of sound, etc. Atha adityaha. Therefore they are called as aditya. Tritiya savanam ayuho. This is the third session of the whole span of life. Shodashottara shadam samapayata anusantanata. That means, may I lead the whole 116 years. Let my whole life be continuing up to the end. Samapayata. Up to the end. Now we will not unite further. There is no fourth session. Therefore, the anusantanata will be not meant as to unite, to continue. But you have to say to end. Up to the end. Therefore, Bhashakara anusantanata means samapayata. What you want to end? The yagyam samapayata ityartaha. May this sacrifice, which is a life of the whole of myself, come to a proper, perfect end. Samanamanyat. The rest of the mantra has to be understood in the same way as before. Nishchita hi vidya phalayeti etad darshayan udaharati. Now he is going to give an example here. Cite an example here. The Upanishad cites an example. A person who had got long back sometime in the days of yore, somebody had done this meditation. His name was Mahidas Aitareya. He was doing this meditation all the time, and suddenly in the middle of his age, he got a very big, serious disease, due to which there is a possibility of his death. At that time he said, "You disease, never think that you can kill this body. Because I am doing this meditation, therefore no harm can happen to me." This is what happened. The disease went away and he was cured. That story has been cited. Why? Why you want to cite that story over here? Because to show that if you have any meditation, if you are doing any meditation, nishchitahi vidya, any knowledge will surely, knowledge is sense here, vidya is sense here, meditation. Any meditation done with a firm determination, phalaya bhavati, will surely give results. There is no doubt in this. Iti etad darshan. For showing this only, the text cites an example, udaharati. What is that example? Etad dhasma vai tadvidvanaha mahidasa aitareya sakim ma etad upatapasi yo aham anena na preshyami iti sah षोडशं वर्षशतं अजीवत प्रह षोडशं वर्षशतं जीवति य एवं वेद एतद्ध स्म वै तद्विद्वानाः. स्म वै, these letter words are to show certainty. Tadvidvan aha, who? Mahidasa, son of Itara. Aitareya means son of Itara. Maybe. Son of Itara, called as Mahidasa. His name was Mahidasa. Because he had known that knowledge. Tadvidvan, having known that special meditation, etadha, which is such as stated up to now. Having known that knowledge, that means having been meditating this special meditation, life as a sacrifice, he stated, when suddenly due to some prarabdha karma, some diseases came into the body and afflicted his body, and they started to give sorrow, and almost it seemed to be death is nearer now. At that stage, Mahidasa says, Kim etadupatapasi? Why? About diseases. Hello, my dear friends, diseases. Why do you want to afflict this disease into this body? Because yoham, who am such, I, and yajna, sacrifice, anena, due to these diseases, owing to these diseases, na preshyami, I will not die. He is told to those very directly, or the Abhimani Devata, the presiding deities of those diseases, whatever you may do, but you can never kill this body. I am not going to die due to these diseases. Because I have been meditating my life as a sacrifice. Saha, and that Mahidasa lived his whole life of 116 years. Shodasham Varsha Ajivat. Prajivat. Pra-ajivat. Pra indicates the absence of disease also. Once it came to prarabdha karma, But once he prayed to those deities, he recited those mantras, depending upon the session in which he was. So after that, never a disease came to him at all. Pra-ajiva. See, Evam Veda, even today, don't think Mahidasa did and he was a great person. For him it might have happened. But for us it may not happen so. If anyone doubts, he says, the Shruti says, the text is saying, no. Evam Veda, he whosoever it might be, who knows thus this meditation and lives the life itself as a sacrifice, constituting of the 3 sessions, the morning session, the noon session, and the evening session, will surely Shodasha Varshatam Jivati Prajivati. Surely that person will also live a whole, hale, and hearty life of 116 years. Such a long life one can live, full of meditation, full of sadhana, at least a sadhana. The sadhana is what? Life as a sacrifice. At least this meditation he can be doing all the time. So now we have to understand what is the Diksha and all also. Before that, let us go to the meaning of this mantra in Bhashyam. Etad yajna darshanam. This meditation of the human life as a sacrifice. Hasma vai kila. Hasma vai is in the meaning of kila, to show the days of yore. In the days of yore, an incident took place. What was the incident? Tad vidvanaha, a person who had known this meditation and was doing this meditation in his life, stated. Who was that? Mahidasa Namataha. By name he was called as Mahidasa. Itrayaha apatyam Aitreyaha. And he was the son of Itra. What did he say? Kim kasmat me. Kim is in the mantra. The meaning of Kim here is taking kasmat. Kasmat me means mama. Etad upatapanam upatapasi. Why do you want to afflict this particular disease, affliction to my body? Satvam heroga. You see? Hello disease. Yoham, who am I? Saw the yajna, the sacrifice itself, anena tvatkritena upadapena, owing to the affliction caused by you. Na preshyami, I am not going to depart from this world. Na marishyami, I am not going to die. Ato vratatava shrama ityartha. Therefore, it is useless. All your efforts are surely useless. You may try to kill this body, but you can't do that. Ityo mahasma. This is what was stated by Mahidasa in the days of yore. Iti purvena sambandha. Ahasma is in the back. Mahidasa is stated later, and what is stated is further later. The karta, karma and kriya are not in order actually over here. Are kept haphazardly. Saevam Nishya son, he having such a conviction, Shodasha Varshatam Jivat, lived the whole of 116 years of life without any disease. Anyopi evam Nishya, anyone else also who has got such a conviction and does such a meditation will also, Shodasha Varshatam Prajivati, will also live for 116 years of life. Evam etoktam yajna sampadana veda. He who knows this meditation, that is aforesaid, that means to say the identification of oneself as a sacrifice. So ityartha, that person also lived 160 years of hale and hearty, diseaseless life. Now you know the 3 sessions, the deities of the sessions, and the period of the session, 24, 44, 48. They are the meters here, the Gayatri, Trishtabh, Jagati. The deities Vasu, Rudra, Aditya. And they are none other than the prana, the vital organs and also the vital forces. So having known this, you are performing the yajna. But if we want to perform this sacrifice, you know the sacrifice now. But if you want to perform the sacrifice, you have to do it in a perfect order. You have to know what is initiation. You have to know what is upasadishti. Diksha, upasad, stuta shastra, dakshina, avabruta. The 5 major things in a yajna. First is dakshina, diksha. Second is upasadishti. Third, stuta shastra. You have to know what is the stotras and what is the shastra. You have to know what is dakshina. And you have to know what is avabruta snanam. Then only this yajna will be complete. But we know what is diksha and all in the ritualistic sacrifice. But what in this? The human sacrifice, the man as a sacrifice. What is diksha here in this body? What is upasad in this body? What is the shastra in this body? What is dakshina in this body? And what is avabruta in this body? That also has to be known well. That starts the next part.